Good morning, students. In yesterday's first class, magnetism, we learned few basics. What are they? What is magnet? Types of magnet, properties of bar magnet, and definition of magnetic field. Definition of magnetic field and properties of magnetic field lines. So once again, I am recollecting all those things. See, a magnet is nothing but a substance which attracts pieces of iron, cobalt, nickel, and rests in the direction of north and south. Such a substance we call it as a bar magnet. Now, bar magnets are two types: natural magnets, artificial, that is man-made magnets. The natural magnets means the magnets which are available naturally from the mines, like magnetite ore, iron ore, that we call it as a natural magnets. The natural magnets are irregular in shape, but strength is very low. The man-made magnets, by using the natural magnets, we can make the artificial magnets, but the artificial magnets have different shapes, like a rectangular shape and horseshoe shape. But comparatively, natural magnet, these have more strength. The later, to see the different properties of bar magnets. See, the bar magnets have attractive property. That means poles will attract parent substance. Directive property always shows the direction of north and south, and the poles always exist in pairs. Monopoles cannot exist. Like this, different properties we already completed. And one more, then afterwards we learn the definition of magnetic field. The region or space around the magnet in which its influence can be felt by keeping a magnetic substance, that we call it as a magnetic field. The later we move to magnetic field lines and uniform magnetic field, non-uniform magnetic field, and finally we completed the properties of magnetic field lines. And also yesterday's class we already said the differences between the magnetic field lines and electric field lines. Now we will continue the lesson. See, magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment. Here once again I am taking one bar magnet. This is south pole, this is north pole. The length of the bar magnet is 2L. 2L. Now, north pole has positive pole strength and south pole has negative pole strength, Qm, and this is minus Qm. Then, what is this magnetic dipole moment? The magnetic dipole moment is represented by symbol M. It is nothing but product of either of the magnitude of pole strength into the length of the magnet, that is Qm into 2m. So this we call it as a magnetic dipole moment. And what is the direction of this magnetic dipole moment? This magnetic dipole moment direction is from south to north. Its direction is from south to north. Then what is the unit of SI unit of pole strength? The SI unit of pole strength. SI unit of pole strength is ampere meter, and SI unit of magnetic dipole moment is ampere meter square. So this is highly important. Once again, you see the diagram. Consider I am taking one bar magnet. Its poles south and north is given. The length of the bar magnet is given 2L, and north pole strength is Qm and south pole strength is minus Qm. And according to the definition, magnetic dipole moment definition, It is nothing but product of pole strength into length of the magnet, and its direction is from south to north. That is so important. We have to remember that thing. And next concept is magnetic field at a distance from magnetic pole. Magnetic field at a distance from magnetic pole. See, here I am taking one current carrying conductor. In this one, current I is passing, its radius is small r. Now here I am keeping one bar magnet of infinite length. That means its length is very large. Now this north pole, center of the north pole and center of this circular coil, both are coinciding. Both are coinciding. Now the magnetic field at the current carrying conductor at the center of the current carrying conductor is given by V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I by R, because this is the standard equation. Now numerator and denominator I am multiplying with one more R, that is mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi R into I by R square. I am multiplying numerator and denominator with one more R. Then later this 2 pi R is nothing but the length of the coil, circumference of the coil is nothing but length of the coil. So in place of 2 pi R, I can take L, that is V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi L I by R square. L I by R square. So this is the V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into L I by R square. Now it will experience the force. How much force it is given? F is equal to, we already know F is equal to QE. QE. Similarly here F is equal to QM into V. Now similarly according to that one substitute equation, F is equal to QM value, you don't know. Here you have to substitute mu naught by 4 pi into L I QM by R square. Now from the Newton's law, action is equal to reaction. So in place of force, the force experience we can give VAL sin theta. I can simply keep VIL is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into LI into QM by R square. This IL cancel, and finally we can get V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into QM by R square. So finally this equation is very important. And further, from the derivations point of view, everybody must remember this equation. V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into QM by R square. So once again, now we see the derivation. The magnetic field at a distance from the magnetic pole. Here I am keeping infinitely long bar magnet. Here I am taking one circular coil, current carrying conductor. I is the current passing through conductor and R is its radius. Now plane of this bar magnet and plane of this coil both are same. Now this bar magnet center and coil center both are coinciding, and keep it there. Now the magnetic field due to the circular coil at its center is given by V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi I by R. Next, V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi into numerator and denominator. I multiplied R. Then later I got this equation. Finally, V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into Q by R square. See, similar concept we already learned in the first topic. Similar concept we already learned in the first topic. What is the concept? Electric field, electric field due to electric dipole at a point lies on axial line. Similarly, electric field due to electric dipole at a point lies on equatorial line. But the same concept here once again I am using in magnetism also, where electric field, electric dipole, here magnetic field and magnetic dipole. What is dipole? A dipole is nothing but two poles of equal strength but dissimilar poles. One is north pole, another is south pole. If they are separated by certain distance, that we call it as a magnetic dipole. There we are using two dissimilar charges separated by certain distance, that we call it as a electric dipole. But here, two magnetic poles of equal strength, dissimilar in nature, separated by certain distance, we call it as a magnetic dipole. Now see here, we have to find the magnetic field due to this dipole. A point lies on axial line. Now here I am drawing the diagram. This is the bar magnet. This is north pole. This is south pole, and the distance between these two poles is L. This is center. I am taking this L O. This is in the length L. Now this is the observation point. The observation point I named P. The distance between P and the center is given as R. Given as R. Now, here the magnetic field due to this north pole is given as B1, and the magnetic field due to south pole is given as, I am giving as B2, but both are in opposite directions. So once again, all of you see the diagram and everything. See, consider I am taking one bar magnet, north pole, south pole. The length of the bar magnet is 2L. The line which is passing through the poles of the magnet, this line I am called as a axial line. The line which is passing through the poles of the magnet and then axial line. The line which is passing through the perpendicular to this axial line, we call it as a equatorial line. So the line which is passing through the poles of the magnet, this line I named axial line. Now this is my observation point, because from this point only I have to find the magnetic field due to this magnetic dipole. What is the distance of this point from the center of the magnet? Distance is R, small r. Now already just now we got the equation. Magnetic field due to magnetic pole. How much in the equation we got? V is equal to V naught by 4.2 Q by R square. By using the same equation, now I can continue the derivation. See, first, magnetic field due to this dipole due to this north pole at point P is given by V is equal to V naught by 4 pi into Q by the total distance. This distance I have to take. This is L, this is total is L. Now here I can get R minus L whole square. And similarly, the magnetic field at point P due to south pole, that is given as V2 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into Qm by R plus L whole square. This distance I am taking as a R minus L, and this distance I can take it as a R plus L. Now at point P I have to find the net magnetic field. How can I find the net magnetic field? The net magnetic field at point P is given as B is equal to B1 minus B2. This gives the net magnetic field. Now substitute the values here. What is B1? Mu naught by 4 pi Qm by R minus L whole square minus mu naught by 4 pi Qm by R plus L whole square. This mu naught by 4 pi, mu naught by 4 pi will take it out, mu naught by 4 pi Qm will take it out from the equation. Now here it will be 1 minus R minus L whole square minus 1 minus R plus L whole square. A plus B whole square into A minus B whole square. A square plus B square whole square. Now here I can write mu naught by 4 pi into Qm by R plus L whole square minus R minus L whole square by R square minus L square whole square. Now once again all of you see the derivation part. All of you see the derivation part. See, the net magnetic field is given as B is equal to B1 minus B2. Now B1 we know, B2 we know. The common terms I take it out. Mu naught by 4 pi Qm. Now here it will be 1 minus R minus L whole square minus 1 minus R plus L whole square, and later I got it in equation. Now see the combination. Mu naught by 4 pi Qm into, now here it will be R square plus L square plus 2RL minus R square minus L square plus 2RL by R square minus L square whole square. R square L square, R square L square cancel. Now mu naught by 4 pi into Qm into, here it will be 4RL by R square minus L square whole square. Now I can write mu naught by 4 pi into Qm into, I can write 2R into 2L by R square minus L square whole square. Now this Qm into 2L, this Qm into 2L, I can write the magnetic dipole moment M. So in place of that one I can write mu naught by 4 pi into 2m R by R square minus L square whole square. Suppose if the L is much less than R, then that L can be neglected, and finally I can get B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by R cube. B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by R cube. Here I am writing the equation, final equation. So B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by R cube. See, this equation is similar to that of electric field due to electric dipole. See, B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2p by R cube, but here I am getting 2m by R cube. So once again, all of you will see the derivation part and everything. The derivation part and everything you say here I am keeping one more magnet. Its length is 2L. This is the center. This is the axial line. The distance of this point from the center is R. Now, at point P, the magnetic field due to magnetic dipole due to north pole is given in this equation. And same at point P, the magnetic field due to the south is given in this equation mu naught by 4 pi into Qm by R plus L whole square. But at point P, the net magnetic field due to force is given as V is equal to B1 minus B2, and in place of B1 I can substitute this equation, in place of B2 I can substitute this equation. The later the common terms I am taking out, here it will be 1 minus r minus L whole square minus 1 by r plus L whole square, and here a plus b whole square, a plus b whole square, a square minus b square whole square. Then these terms will go to numerator, and finally these few terms will be cancelled. Now here 4RL I can write 2R into 2L, then I can, you know, QM into 2L. You already know this equation. Magnetic dipole moment is nothing but QM into 2L, and I can substitute this where, and finally I got mu naught by 4.2 2m r by r square minus L square whole square. If the length L is much less than r, then this can be neglected, and here you will get r power 4, then here r, and r power 4 get cancelled, and finally I got V is equal to mu naught by 4.2 2m by r cube. Now in the same way, now we'll go for equatorial line. Magnetic field due to magnetic dipole at a point on equatorial line. At a point lies on equatorial line. Just like in first topic, we already know two axial line equation and equatorial line equation. The same way here also we have to use two equations. One already we completed axial line. Now we go for equatorial line. See, this is the bar magnet, south, north. This is the center, and this is the observation point. From the observation point, its distance is smaller. The distance between north and this is south. Now this is the length is, this is L and this is L. Now if it is R and L, here the distance will be R square plus L square, and here also the distance is R square plus L square. And here the P is observation point. That's due to south it is given as V1, and due to south it is given as V2. The net magnetic field is given as in this way. This is given V, and here it is theta, and here it is theta, and this angle is also taken as a theta. Now once again, all of you try to understand the diagram. Here I am taking one bar magnet of length 2L. O is its center. The line which is passing through the perpendicular to the axial line, I can take it as an equatorial line. Here my observation point is P. How much distance is there from the center? Its distance is r from the center. The distance between P and O is r. Now at point P, first I am finding magnetic field due to north pole. In this way it is acting. At point P, due to south it is acting in this way. The net magnetic field is acting by using parallel law of vectors. You can find this is the net magnetic field. By using that equation to get the net magnetic field. So first I am writing equation for individual equation. First at point P due to north pole, magnetic field at point P due to north pole I am writing V1 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi Qm by r square plus L square. And similarly B2. B2 is also same, mu naught by 4 pi Qm by r square plus L square. R square plus L square. The later, the net magnetic field at point P use B. If I am resolving this into components, this is vertical component, this is vertical component, this is horizontal component. That is V1 cos theta and V2 cos theta. Now the net magnetic field at point P is given as V is equal to V1 cos theta plus V2 cos theta. Now you see the equation. Here B1 and B2 both the counts are same. Both the values are same. That is the reason B1 B2 places you can use the same equation. I can write like this. The net magnetic field is equal to 2B cos theta. In place of B1 and B2, now you can substitute B value. Now substitute the value. The net magnetic field B is equal to 2 into mu naught by 4 pi qm by r square plus l square. Then what is the cos theta value? Here cos theta value can take as this triangle. Cos theta is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse, that is L by square root of r square plus l square. That you can write L by square root of r square plus l square. Now B is equal to 2 into mu naught by 4 pi into qm by r square plus l square into L by r square plus l square whole power 1 by 2. This is 1, this is 1 by 2. If you are adding those two terms, you can get 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Then is equal to B is equal to 2 into mu naught by 4 pi into qm into L by r square plus l square whole power 3 by 2. Whole power 3 by 2. Now if I am writing the equation there, then you can get B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into qm into 2L by r square plus l square whole power 3 by 2. Suppose the same way in the previous equation, if the length L is much less than R, then L can be neglected. Then finally I can get B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into m by, I can get R cube. M by R cube. This is the final expression. So once again here I am writing the final expression. So B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into m by R cube. In case of electric field, I can get P by R cube, but here magnetism, I can get M by R cube. So once again, all of you see the derivation part and everything. See, here I am taking one power magnet of length 2L, North Pole, South Pole, O is the center, and P is the observation point. That observation point lies on equatorial line. The distance between observation point and the center of the dipole is smaller. Now at the point P, the magnetic field due to magnetic dipole due to North Pole is given as this one. At point P, the magnetic field due to magnetic dipole due to South Pole is given as this equation. The net magnetic field at point P is used in this way. Now that is the reason I can resolve this B1 and B2 into components. What are the components? This is B1 sin theta, this is B2 sin theta, and here is B1 cos theta, and here it is B1 cos theta. But both the B1 cos theta and B2 cos theta both are in the same direction. So that is the reason both the equations we have to sum up. Then we can get the net magnetic field. So that is the reason here B1 cos theta and B2 cos theta. And but B1 sin theta, B2 sin theta both are equal and opposite. That is the reason they cancel out each other. So that is the reason B is equal to 2B cos theta. B value, either you can take B1, B2 because both the values are same. So that is the reason you can substitute here. And cos theta is nothing but, I can take this triangle, and from the triangle cos theta is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So that is the reason here I can take L by square root of r square plus l square. Now r square plus l square I can write as a 1 by 2, and finally I can get, if the length is much less than r, then finally I can get B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into m by r cube.